Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. Today our yoga practice is going to create flexibility throughout our hips and hamstrings. So find a little bit of space to move. Please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let's get started. All right, let's begin today standing up at the top of our mat so you can find your way. Your feet can be nice and close together or even hip width apart. But I want you just to take a nice big shoulder roll. So pull your shoulders up towards your ears, pull them back, drop them down. Do that again. A nice slow and big shoulder roll. Let's do one more here. Awesome, you guys. So just kind of shake the arms a little bit. I'll get you to turn your palms to face the front of the room, spreading your fingers nice and wide. And with a nice big inhale, start to reach your arms up. Look up if you can. Exhale, just tip forward from those hips, bending the knees on the way down. Fold all the way towards the floor. Use an inhale, lift your upper body halfway up. Keep those knees nice and bent if it feels good. Kind of stick your butt out a little bit. Get into those hamstrings. Nice flat back. So let's take one more inhale and an exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, right back up to standing, all the way up. Reach up, look up. Exhale your hands through heart center, down to your sides. Take a nice shoulder roll here and an inhale to reach right back up. Exhale, tipping forward. Remember to bend those knees if it feels good to do so. Inhale for a half lift. And exhale, we'll bring our hands all the way down to the floor and step that left foot back. We're going to drop the back knee down and set up a lunge. So sinking into those hips, just take a moment to kind of find a nice balanced lunge. We're trying to find that left hip flexor. And you can keep your chest down, your hands on the floor, or you can start to lift the chest a little bit, sinking into those hips. So just relax the shoulders wherever you're at, feeling that love, that left side. Slow it down a little bit and try to soften your glute. Soften that left glute. And breathe. We're going to take just one more inhale. And then as you exhale, lower the chest and the hands to the floor if you were lifted. And we're just going to send the hips backwards, just enough to find some length through that front leg for our half split, moving into that hamstring. So you might need to flex the foot, pull the toes back towards your forehead to create a little extra length. Or you might feel it without doing that, just keeping the foot nice and relaxed. But a little micro bend through that right knee. Dropping the chest as low as you need to get that stretch, the hamstring. Awesome work, you guys. We will come back to this one. It's pretty darn good. So let's bend back into that front knee, sinking the hips forward, kind of in that lunge. But we'll take that front foot over to the right side of the mat for our lizard. So let the knee come out to the side, that foot. I like to turn it out to point to the corner of the room a little bit. And then we still want to sink into those hips. So if they like to kind of lift up and push back, but keep sinking them down and forwards, maybe dropping onto the forearms if you want a little extra, but just find what feels right for you. Settle in. Awesome work, you guys. So we're not going to stay too long in any of the poses that we come into today, so enjoy them while we are here. If you did drop down onto your forearms, you can start to climb back up, and we're just going to heel toe that foot to the middle of the mat and take that half split again. So send the hips back just enough to create the length through that leg. Add the flex of the foot if it feels good. Maybe drop the chest towards your knee. Nice work, you guys. So with an inhale, we're going to start to bend back into that front knee, into the lunge one more time. So keeping the foot in the middle of your mat, option to lift the chest, really sinking into those hips, maybe even pulling the shoulders back just a little bit. I find with just a little lift of the chin, I can get into my hip flexor just a little bit more. Awesome work. Let's take one more inhale. And an exhale to lower the hands to the mat. So let's tuck our back toes under. Pick that knee up if you can. And we're just going to step or walk the back foot all the way to the top of our mat. So either step one big step or take a nice walk, but find that left foot next to the right one. With an inhale, take a half lift. Remember, you can bend your knees, go for that nice flat back. And exhale as you fold forwards, let your head be heavy. And inhale all the way up to standing. Reach up, look up. Exhale, hands through heart center to your sides. Let's add a shoulder roll and an inhale to reach up. Exhale, tipping forwards. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Take the right foot back this time, all the way into your lunge. Lower the knee, set it up, find that balance. Find that right hip flexor, the top of your quad. And then option to lift the chest or to keep the hands on the mat. You can definitely feel a great stretch even though the hands stay down. Softening through the shoulders, just a few moments here. Nice job, you guys. Take one more inhale. And relaxing back down as you exhale, sending those hips back, losing that hip stretch, but moving into that hamstring. Half splits. Noticing if this hamstring is a little tighter, a little looser than the other side. Maybe it's the same. And just feeling the breath. Feeling the stretch. And we'll use an inhale just to bend back into that front knee. And you can heel toe that foot to the left side this time. I like to turn my toes out to the side a little bit. Hands are coming to the inside of that left foot, sinking into those hips, nice and low into those hips. Option to take it down onto the forearms if you want a little more. And using an inhale as you slowly lift back up. And we'll just heel toe that foot back to the middle of the mat and take that half split one more time. So sending the hips backwards, finding the length through that leg. And with your next inhale, when you're ready, you can bend back into that front knee, setting up your lunge one more time. A lot of love for those hip flexors, sinking the hips forwards, maybe lifting the chest, maybe the chin a little bit. Nice job, you guys. One more inhale. And an exhale. Let's lower the hands down to the mat. Tuck those back toes, lifting the knee up. And then as best you can, let's bring that back foot all the way to the top. Use an inhale, half lift. Exhale as you fold, maybe finding a little bit more length through the legs this time. Your head be heavy. Take a pause here. Feel those hamstrings. Let the arms just dangle down, and then just as you start to get comfy, we're going to use an inhale and lift halfway. Lift the upper body halfway. Exhale, fold one more time. Find the length through those legs. Awesome, you guys. One more here. Inhale, half lift. And exhale. Feel that length as you fold. Awesome job, you guys. You can start to bend your knees. We're going to come all the way down into a comfy seated position. And I say comfy, but I don't mean comfy. Just sit down. We're going to do double pigeon. So if you know what pigeon is and you want to do your own thing here, feel free to take any variation of pigeon that suits you best, that you love. Double pigeon, though, is going to stack the legs, stack the shins on top of one another. So you kind of want to think about bringing one foot over top of your knee and then bringing the knee on top of the other foot. So the shins are parallel to the top of your mat or to the edges of your mat, and your feet are kind of away from you. So not sitting cross-legged, but the shins are trying to stack on top of one another. So you might be here, you might have to lean back a little bit, you might have a nice high knee. If you've got a cushion or something, you can stick it between your knee and your foot, you could grab that. But we're gonna be here for just a few moments. And if it feels good, if you want more, you're just gonna fold forwards. I also like to flex my feet in this one. I find that I get a nice big stretch into the glute, into that outer hip of that top leg. So that for me, that's my left leg. But whatever leg you have on top, you're probably gonna feel that. And some people can bring the forehead to the floor. Some people are gonna be up here. So just bear with me for a few breaths. Play with it. If you're new to it, enjoy it. If you are loving it, nice work, you guys. All right, let's slowly switch sides. So come back up on an inhale. Uncross your legs. If you need to shake it out a little bit, take a break. If you're good to switch, just make sure you bring the other leg on top. Remembering to keep those feet far away from you. It's not cross-legged. It's a little different than that. So stacking those shins, maybe having the hands behind you for a little support if you're here. Flex those feet. Any discomfort through the knees, that's going to help if you flex the feet, or that's going to feel better if you flex the feet. And then let's just stay for a few breaths. Relax. Nice job, you guys. Use an inhale to come back if you were folding forwards. Let's unwind the legs, a little rock side to side if it feels good. We're gonna lay all the way down onto our backs, and you can keep your knees bent and your feet planted. We'll be lifting the right foot up into the air. If you do have a strap handy, feel free to use it. But I'm just going to hang onto the back of my leg today. So that right leg's going to lift. You can hang onto the back of your quad and then just simply flex your foot. Pull your toes, try to point your toes towards your forehead and see if you can find some stretch to the back of that leg. You might need to grab onto the calf instead of the quad. And if you want a little extra, you can always straighten that left leg out nice and long. So you have to put a little effort into this one to flex that foot. Unless you're using that strap. And let's stay for just 3 more breaths on this side. Let your shoulders be heavy on the mat if you can. And taking one last inhale. And then an exhale to let that right leg come down. We'll switch sides, left leg or foot's coming up into the air. Grab onto the back of your quad or your calf. Maybe you can grab your foot. But just think about pulling or pointing the toes, I guess, towards your forehead. So flexing that foot. With the option to straighten the right leg. Nice job, you guys. Take another 2, 3 breaths on this side. And then slowly, slowly let that leg come back down. You can pull your knees towards your chest if you'd like. If you want one last hip opener, come into a happy baby. Let your knees come out wide, your feet come right over top of those knees if you can get them. Maybe adding a little rock from side to side. Awesome work, you guys. So you can either roll to the side, rock forwards, but find your way up into a nice comfy seat. Or heck, you could stay laying down if it's up to you. But just bring your hands together in front of your heart or your chest. Soften the shoulders. Let's take one more inhale together. And exhale. Awesome job today, you guys. Short and sweet practice today. I hope that you enjoyed it. And until we meet again, namaste.